Let's now take a look at all the other updates coming in on the coronavirus surge across the world. In a bid to ramp up the fight against COVID-19, Switzerland has reintroduced work-from-home curbs. The restrictions will remain for the unvaccinated as the country witnesses the fifth wave of COVID-19. Only the vaccinated will have access to restaurants, cultural establishments, and sports and leisure facilities. Currently, there are around 300 COVID patients in the intensive care unit in hospitals across Switzerland. Denmark has brought in stricter restrictions for the next 4 weeks, including closure of cinema theatres and concert halls, as the country records a surge in cases. The government also plans to close other gathering places such as amusement parks and museums. Now, the government also accelerated the rollout of booster doses, authorized anti-COVID pill treatment, and started vaccinations for children aged 5 to 11. France is ready to roll out jabs for younger children from the 22nd of December. The capital city has decided to cancel its New Year fireworks in a bid to tighten curbs. French Health Minister has announced mandatory booster dose for caregivers and firefighters. At least 90% of the French population aged 18 and above have been fully vaccinated against COVID-19. Meanwhile, 92% have been given at least one vaccine shot. The country with the highest COVID-19 vaccination rate in the world, Portugal, has begun to inoculate children aged 5 and above. The country will roll out the first dose of Pfizer vaccine to at least 60,000 children in the age group of 5 to 11. The vaccination drive comes despite the EU's health agency warning that the jabs alone will not be sufficient to stop the COVID surge.
1, 2, 3. You did great.
Moving on to Canada, where the total average daily COVID case count has jumped by 45% in the past week to about 5,000. Officials have reported nearly 350 cases of the Omicron variant across Canada. Restaurants, gyms, shopping malls, and other venues have been asked to reduce crowd capacities by 50%. Canada has decided to lift the international travel bans from 10 African nations and has reimposed testing requirements with the mandate pre-arrival negative PCR tests for all travelers from the 21st of December. Australia reported record high new COVID-19 cases for a third day. The country has reported over 4,000 new cases in the last 24 hours. Australia's two most populous states have witnessed a sharp spike. New South Wales state has reported over 2,400 new cases, and Victoria state has reported over 1,500 new cases in the last 24 hours. Meanwhile, fully vaccinated international travellers who are arriving in Sydney and Melbourne will no longer need to isolate for 72 hours.
Sorry, I'll just...
And lastly, to China, where the government has urged citizens to avoid travelling as the country goes into the new year and holiday season. China added 89 locally transmitted confirmed coronavirus cases on Friday, and currently has 69 communities or areas categorized as medium or high risk.
WION, now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the news on the move.